a comprehensive look at trends, fund profiles, and more in Exploring ETFs.
Hi everyone, welcome to Exploring ETFs. I'm Neena Mishra, and today we are talking about semiconductor ETFs or chip ETFs. And I have discussed them in the past as well, but there's so much going on in that space. And last week was an absolutely fantastic week for some of the chip companies and chip ETFs. So I thought it would be a good time to discuss them again. And we know that demand for chips has been growing at a torrid pace because chips are used in everything from smartphones to cars, laptops, PCs, video games, data centers. So basically, chips have become integral to anything that is powered by software. And increasing digitization due to pandemic-driven trends that supercharge the demand for chips. And that is why we are witnessing a global chip shortage. Now, we know that most of the advanced chips are designed in the US, but only about 12% of them are manufactured in the US. And the world's largest contract chip maker, Taiwan Semiconductor, which accounts for more than 90% of world's most advanced chips, they announced that they would be increasing. There were reports that they would be increasing the prices for their chips between 10% to 20% or more. Now, Apple, Nvidia, and AMD, these are among TSMC's clients. So that shows that there is so much demand for advanced chips that TSMC has so much pricing power, and manufacturers are willing to pay for designers are willing to pay for high quality chips. Now, there was a lot of earnings which beat expectations. Earnings by Nvidia, AMD, they were just great. Nvidia's gaming and data center businesses continue to do great. So Nvidia's stock is up more than 70% year to date. It has done so well. And there is a lot of consolidation going on in the industry. So last week we heard that Western Digital is in talks to merge with Japanese company Kioxia, and that would be a $20 billion plus deal. And we also know that Nvidia would be acquiring ARM Holding, a UK-based company which is backed by SoftBank, and that would be a $40 billion plus deal. And AMD is acquiring Xilinx for more than $35 billion. So there's a lot of consolidation also going on in the industry. And there are 4 semiconductor ETFs that we are taking a look at today, and they are quite different from one another, but their performance has been pretty similar. So let's take a look at these ETFs by going to quote pages on Saks.com. So the first one I'm highlighting is by iShares. It is the iShares Semiconductor ETF, ticker symbol SOXX. This is the most popular ETF in the space with 7.1 billion in assets, has an expense ratio of 43 basis points and 30 holdings. It follows a modified market cap weighting scheme, so market cap weighting and then certain caps. You can read more about the ETF in our research report and articles, and go to the external web page, iShares web page for this ETF, and you can take a look at the holdings. So Nvidia, which I mentioned, is up more than 70% year to date, is the top holding with almost 11% weight. Then Broadcom, Intel, Qualcomm, AMD, Texas Instrument. These are the other holdings in the ETF. The second one which I am highlighting, which is also very popular with 6 billion in assets, is by VanEck, and the ticker symbol is SMH. This follows a market cap weighting scheme. So this would be slightly more top heavy and a little more concentrated portfolio because it has 25 holdings, 25 largest US listed chip companies, so including companies that are foreign companies but have ADRs or other listings in the US, they are also included. 35 basis points expense ratio. Again, to learn more about this ETF, you can go to the quote page on Zacks.com and use the link to go to the external homepage, the VanEck web page for the ETF. You will see that Taiwan Semi that we talked about is the top holding in the portfolio, and this, as I mentioned, is the world's largest contract chip maker. Then NVIDIA, ASML, which is a Dutch company, Dutch chip maker, very important in the entire ecosystem. AMD and Analog Devices and Qualcomm, these are the other top holdings. Now, the third one, which I'm highlighting, is different, that it is actually equal weighted. So it is tilted towards smaller companies, smaller, mid-size and small-size companies in this space, and away from the giants. It has 41 holdings, so a little more diversified due to more holdings as well. Very cheap with 35 basis points expense ratio and has 1.1 billion in assets. Again, to learn more, you can go to the quote page and from there the external home page and look at the holdings in this ETF and other details. So you will see that smaller companies get more weightage in the portfolio, though these portfolios will be equal weighted at the time of next rebalancing. SI Time Corporation, the stock has more than doubled over the past few weeks. Monolithic Power, AMD, and Power Integration, Max Linear, these are the holdings in this ETF. You will see NVIDIA and Xilinx, but their weight is much smaller compared to the two that we discussed earlier. Now, the fourth one which I am highlighting is actually the newest in this space, and this also follows a modified market cap weighting scheme, 30 holdings, and this actually is free as of now. The expense ratio is waived by Invesco till December 17th. And after that, the expense ratio would be 19 basis points. So this is the cheapest, and this would continue to be the cheapest unless some other provider also cuts fees. This launch in June and has already attracted 62 million in assets. And in this ETF, you will get a portfolio which would be very, very similar to SOXX. Again, you can go to Invesco webpage to learn more about this ETF, and you will see a portfolio which is very similar to the first one that we discussed. NVIDIA, Qualcomm, Broadcom, Texas, Intel are the top holdings in this ETF. On the last slide, I have the competitive performance, 1 year competitive performance of all these 4 ETFs versus the S&P 500 index. So S&P 500 is up about 30% over the past year. All these ETFs are up between 55 and 61%. The equal weighted ETF is the best performer, but the performance is pretty similar because so many companies in the space have been doing phenomenal. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out Zacks.com/promo for an interesting offer, and also make sure to subscribe to our videos, our video channel, so that you do not miss anything. And I will see you next week.